Hello everyone, I'm Financial Geography. What are we talking about today? It's been a while since I've returned. Since last year, I've been busy with friends, traveling around a bit, and things have really piled up, so I want to apologize to everyone for that. But I didn't say I left the market. I've actually been trading in this market all along. Today, we're going to talk about the currency, S&P, Dow Jones, weeks, Apple, Tesla, and other stocks. I will try to keep the words short. Why? I want to talk about it today. What are you talking about cryptocurrencies? Because there is a very important point. What will we face next? I remember that last year I often talked to you about the end of the overall market trend. That is, the bull market is likely to be over. Because if you look at this wave of pullback, it is very different from previous pullbacks. Whether it is cryptocurrency or some of the more traditional sectors in the US stock market, including the Russell's first correction, is so large. Another important point is that one of the pillars of the United States, do you know what it is? It is the tourism industry and the service industry. That is, whether it is the tourism or aviation sector. The recent collapse is especially common in the past small bear markets, or when the market rises to a certain extent and needs to be adjusted. These traditional value stocks will not fall so much. However, the current market situation shows that they have indeed fallen so much. So after talking about all this, what do you mean by falling? When will it gradually get better? To determine whether things will improve, there's actually a very specific signal. First, let's think from a different perspective. Is the market currently in a state of enough panic? Or when the market is down by 10%, do you think the valuations of the stocks you're looking at are still considered high? I'm talking about the US stock market. Because previously I mentioned that the Hong Kong stock market rebounded, and that has been confirmed since then, so there's not much more to say about it. Right now, it seems that the US stock market is likely to undergo a significant adjustment. And why are we discussing cryptocurrencies? Because cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, have dropped less than Ethereum. This is because Ethereum no longer has miners supporting it, while Bitcoin still has miners in the market. So now, if we consider a relatively low electricity price, do you know what the cost of acquiring one Bitcoin is in US dollars? Without considering equipment depreciation and labor costs, the cost of acquiring one Bitcoin is roughly in the range of $40,000 to $50,000. It is actually very simple. If you think about these big miners in a very pessimistic way, the real large passive funds need to be maintained. If this continues, there is a high probability that the point will be 40,000. It's very likely that we'll reach this point. We can think of it as a threefold leverage on the Nasdaq. Right now, the crypto market, week BAM, is still at the $82,000 level. If the crypto market were to be cut in half, let's objectively imagine what kind of pullback we might see in the four major tech stocks. At the current levels, we could expect a pullback of about 14% to 16%. This is something for everyone to keep in mind. So, everyone definitely wants to take a look at the NDX. This is what everyone is most concerned about, a very important point. So, this kind of correction has a symbol, you know. What it is? It's a line. And it hasn't recovered, that's what I'm saying. That is to say, if it drops to 19,000, this horizontal line, if it doesn't recover, in the historical K-line patterns, there will always be history here. Next, it will try to touch this yellow line. So I hope everyone keeps that in mind. If I am admitted, I may continue to work on it, but my own understanding of the market is that I can only see a rebound, but not a reversal, because we will soon face a rhythm of interest rate cuts. So what is the rhythm of interest rate cuts? It is nothing more than destroying one's own economy. Passively review the market. Then you can think from a more objective perspective. When the market support will be activated, this shows the monthly K line. At least you have to fall to this position before passive funds will kill. This is where you might protect a wave. 8,000, it might support 100 futures, which is equivalent to the top 100 companies on Nasdaq. There is a high probability that it will be a wave. Here I may think that the reason why it is not panic enough. In addition, it is indeed that the 8 steps in this area are relatively large. That is, the weeks have not rushed to the sky. If everyone can understand this step of Wix and it is mistakenly entered, it will be very helpful to everyone. When will it reach the sky? The index has not set a new low in the monthly K, then you can relax. In fact, it is still early now. Today I mainly want to tell you. What I'm sharing is somewhat one-sided. One is to look at the market situation of cryptocurrencies and the impact of the value of BTC mining on the entire market, and when the market will bottom out, including a follow-up if it does not go up. I was looking at BTC at that time to see how terrible the bear market we will face next would be. If this wave of callback is really established because no one can predict the future, X will probably jump here at the current level. What about this point? I just hope everyone keeps this in mind. But don't blindly short the market just because you want to capture this wave of profits. If you're a non-professional and don't know how to hedge, the chances are that shorting will likely lead to losses. That's all for today's sharing, okay?